Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Campus Legends Basketball here as number one overall forward and in the high school class and everything, committed to USC. And then we have UO for the number one guard, two overall. We have not had a commit yet, but we potentially will have a 4-star commit coming to our school. I was kind of going for 3 stars mainly and everything and was not winning the battles. So, with even just like making an offer or whatnot, because you would think within the system is like, oh, you can become a potential starter right away, but we do not have any commits whatsoever. Our budget is completely drawn out, so we have 250 points to this transfer senior for a one and done, so to speak, to help us out for the forward position. And then we have guards coming out of high school, forwards, centers, and hopefully we can get something on the board. So, simulate the last week, and maybe we'll see some commits. Who knows? And we have 6 commits. So, we have the 4-star and then 5 walk-ons. So we didn't get the other targets, so to speak, because they all committed somewhere else within our targets. Yes, they all committed somewhere else. So we did get the 4-star, and we did get 5 walk-on commits. Grambling was the leader, I guess, but yet we still got him. So we have 4 centers and 1 forward. So we had no guards within this recruiting signing day. As it's important to hydrate, that's what the crinkle was about. So, finalizing, and our season expectation is to be 13-17. Top players is Melvin Porter of Indianapolis, Charlie Carroll, North Carolina, Gavin Myers, Southern California. That one overall, or not one overall, the number one overall high schooler coming out of high school for that class. Nicholas Williams, the junior, Riley Reed, the junior, and then top teams: Spokane, Villanova, Southern California, Durham, and East Lansing State. So, what we have is we face USC first game non-conference. Then we face Michigan, FCSU, PTU, QCU. We could probably look at our schedule real quick. So yeah, and then Fort Collins State, Panhandle Tech, Queens Catholic, Eastern Tennessee, Nittany State, so Penn State, San Jose, Oregon. Albany will be the end of our non-conference, and then we start the conference play from Illinois Metropolitan all the way down to Fairborn. And like in the last episode, some of them we do face twice and some of them we don't. Usually when it comes to conference, you have one home and one away game. But with how big our conference is, it is kind of a situation where you may only get one and not the other. So history, top player, Justin Price, that I feel like I probably should have gone for him to come back, but as of right now, I was kind of just looking at the history and looking through the stuff. So as of right now, Yannick Ziegler, Our senior, 87 overall, 91 potential. Sterling Garcia is a junior. He's a guard, 70 with a 72 overall potential. Tyler Woods, a sophomore, center, 70 overall, 79 potential. And Stuart Winters, the redshirt freshman, a guard, 70 overall with 75 potential. We went from a 67 to a 68, so we slowly have increased within our time, but with our roster, it's gone down a little bit. The only, valued, I would say, kind of players are these 4 players that are going to be in the starting lineup, and then it goes 68 and below. With me, I would like to keep my team 70 and above to kind of potentially grow and get better as it is. But we have 4 people. I think last season we had like 5 or 6. But these people will get better within time. Overview, there is a spot where we can redshirt. So we will redshirt 56, 57, and the 57, the 2 centers. These guys up here, because you could redshirt as many as you want. Usually when it comes to, so you could honestly redshirt the whole entire roster if you truly wanted to, but I wouldn't do that. But anyway, because within NCAA basketball, usually you can only max redshirt 3 people, but we will redshirt them. Overall, we have overall inside mid. We'll take rid of that. Inside mid, 3-point. It's kind of 60s. That's lower. Higher, near the 70s. Perimeter. We will look at post offense to begin with. Reports, stuff like that. And we'll see if they increase or decrease. We'll start at a 5 to begin with. So we will be playing the non-conference schedule, and hopefully nobody really gets injured within these coming up non-conference play. So we will begin against USC, and hopefully we won't flop. And we won by 10 against the 7th team in the country. We won by 10. That is crazy. So within this game, 3.10 for 28, 12 for 18 for them. We were 9 for 20, so we shot a lot of 3-pointers. 15 for 16, so we did pretty darn well within the 3-point, or not 3-point, but the free throw line. We were 21 for 54, 8 rebounds on each. Defensive rebounds 26, so we out-rebounded them by 1. We had 2 more steals. They had 7 blocks, we had none. And we beat them in the 3-point percentage, I guess, with 45%. And they had 35.7, but yet we shot less, I guess. So that's why we beat them in that regards. Personal fouls, they had more. Turnovers, they had more to our 17 to their 21. Sterling Garcia came back and produced pretty well, as he usually did last year within the non-conference. And then as soon as it got to the conference play, he kind of, not necessarily surrendered, but he didn't produce as well. So 4 assists there, and Yannick Ziegler with 12 total rebounds. So we'll go with the box score. They had a 5-man rotation. To our team, we had a 9-man rotation. So we used everybody. Essentially the last person on the stat sheet to score like a 3-pointer, but overall we did pretty well. overview. Go back. So now we're 1-0. We are the second team to Fairborn to get a win. Now we'll sim the Michigan game. And that is more respectful, surprisingly. Winning to USC, but losing to the 17th team in the country, Michigan, to 74 to 57. We'll look at the box score real quick. Here we had a 3.5 advantage in field goal percentage, 3-pointers, 3-point percentage. We did not do so hot. Free throws, we did not do up to par to what we did last game. We were at 93 to drop to 60. 39 total rebounds, so they out-rebounded us by 5. 10 steals to our 4. We had 7 blocks to their 4. And then we had more turnovers, 14 to 11, and personal fouls. We out-fouled them by 3. So overall, not too bad, essentially. Could have been worse. We had Sterling Garcia get 17 plus or minus, minus 15, minus 15, minus 20, minus 18, minus 10, minus 2, minus 7. As we, did our best. We had 2 people be at 100% when it comes to field goal shots and attempts to have 2 points, and 3-pointers, 1 for 4, 0 for 5 for Yannick, 1 for 4 for Nolan Miles. So those were the people that were shooting the 3-pointers. And then the free throws, 3 for 8 for Tyler Woods. That's what kind of stumped us down with Tyler Woods not making his free throws. And then 2 for 3 for Sterling, which is respectable. So we will move on to the next game against Fort Collins State in the Mountain Conference. And we won by 1. A win's a win, no matter how ugly or good it may have been. But it looks like it was kind of ugly. We outdid them by 0.7 field goal percentage. They outdid us by shooting less threes, and shooting more threes to not sink them in. Free throw percentage, we did a little bit better with 63%, but they outdid us by 1 or 2 or I guess they had more free throws. It's just they were sinking them at a good rate to us too as well. Total rebounds, we out-rebounded them by 5. They had 3 blocks we had 3 blocks to their 2. We had 12 steals to their 10. 21 turnovers, so we had 4 less than them with 25. And then personal fouls, we fouled more by 2. So we had Sterling with 20, Yannick with 10 rebounds and 7 assists for Sterling. So like I mentioned, he is very good when it comes to non-conference, but when it comes to the conference, we'll see if he'll strive to become better. We'll also look at game plan, the senior forward getting 33 minutes, which is acceptable. Valentino, Taj, Nolan, Blake Wilson, that forward. Center, Tyler Woods. So that is perfect. Game plan, 70-70. Probably should prioritize going in more compared to out more. So I think, this is it. In, and that's more perimeter. Our rotation, we're good. Our training, the inside has gone from 68 to 69, 68 to 68 on the overall. Mid is kind of staying the same. 3-point is staying the same. Rebounds is going up. Perimeter is staying the same. Steals staying the same. Blocks staying the same. That's staying the same, so we'll bump it up to 6 right now. So reports, -1 for mid on Tyler Woods, but that is okay. It's more of an inside guy, inside. And then these guys are increasing as they are redshirts, so they may not be playing at all, but at least they're increasing over time. So overview, we will get that rolling again and soon the next game. So we will be seeing if we win this one. We lost by 5. Our box score right away, 18 points to, there's 19 points for Sterling. Yannick had 15, 10, 12, and then 2 down the board. Go back to the overview like I always start. So we beat them by 4.4%, 37.5, 50 for the 3-point. So we kind of beat them on that. Total rebounds, they out-rebounded us by 7. Free throw is, we went down to like 50% of making our shots. We really need to make more free throws. 11 steals to their 8, 6 blocks to our 2. Personal fouls is even, and turnovers is even. But overall, I think we're doing pretty well with what we're doing. We may need to change the game plan to tangibles or just overall in general. Because our free throw, it went from 93% that first game to overall going down to 50%, and we need to make those shots. We're just going to go back to general, or we'll keep it post offense for right now. So we got no injuries right now, which is a good thing, but we are 2-2. So it's just keep trucking along and see if we can essentially try to win some more games, not necessarily win out. We are going to lose some, but we lost by 7 to this game, which is pretty good to see that we high-scoring game. 22 Yannick, 7 total rebounds, 5 assists for Stuart Winters. Scored them field goal-wise by 7, 46 to 48 on the 3-point, free throws 72, so we did increase that a little bit. 28 total rebounds to their 23. They had 4 more steals to our 6. We had 4 blocks to their nothing. They personal fouled us by 2, and we had more turnovers than they did by 6, which is not a good sign. We'll go to the box score here real quick. And yeah, 22 for Zarek. Garcia had 15, 13, but he also had personal fouls 3. So he may have fouled pretty early and was sitting on the bench for a good portion. 22-8. They had 4 personal fouls each for Tyler Woods and Ziegler. 15 for Winters. Blake had 13, 12 for Miles, so he's been a key factor too as well. Zeller had 8, and Zamora had 2. So we are working a good, decent rotation to keep people fresh and keep people into playing the game. So hopefully we can win against East Tennessee. And we lose by 3. So overall, they had a couple more field goals than we did. A few more by 3. It was actually kind of shot the same amount of shots. We had 2 3-points to their 6, so that explains our 3-point percentage for that. And then free throw, we did 76, they had 85, which is still decently good. They out-rebounded us by 5. We outblocked them by 1. We had 3 more steals. less turnovers, and less personal fouls. So that is pretty good. And then we'll go to the box score. Garcia had 15, Ziegler had 18, Woods had 5, Winters had 8, Wilson had 14, and then 1-1-1. So that's kind of maybe the factor of, they kept their bench kind of scoreless, and Woods and Winters couldn't really get rolling. So we'll move on to the next one against the Nittany State. Or Nittany State. We lost by 25. So we're not doing too hot. We're towards the middle of the conference right now with overall, not necessarily in conference, 19, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. So Ziegler and Garcia are the kind of the forefront of everything so far. So by 4.3% more, kind of scored a few more buckets because we kind of shot the same amount of shots. 3-point, we went 4 for 7. They went 15 for 31, so that makes sense for that. Free throw, 64, so we dropped down a little bit to their 68. Total rebounds, we out-rebounded them by 5. Steals, we lost the battle by 1. They had 2 more blocks compared to our 2. 19 turnovers to their 10. And personal fouls, we had 2 more than they did. We'll look at the box score. Stanley Garcia had 23. Ziegler had 19. Woods had 6. 3 for Winters. 9 for Wilson. Zeller had nothing. Miles came with 5, and Zamora came with 4, with Taj Howard with nothing. So overall, that was a tough team to face. We will be simming the San Jose school. And we lost by 6. We're just losing the tough ones here. Kind of roughly the same amount of shots within 6. So 46 to their 44. Free throw, 69. So we're increasing a little bit to 76, 32. So total rebounds is the same. They shot a few more than what we did to get the 52 to 41. 9 steals to 8 steals. 2 to 3 when it comes to blocks. They played better basketball with 2 less turnovers. Personal fouls was the same. Now we'll go to the box score. Overall, Sterling Garcia couldn't get the ground running, so that may have been part of the issue. He went 2 for 7 overall and then 0 for 1. And then Ziegler had 31 points, 13 for Woods, Stuart Winters for 2, 10 for Blake, and then 3, 2, and 4 with Zeller, Miles, and Zamora. So we are facing the number 1 team, Oregon. That would be in the Big Ten, which is the Heartland Conference, but in here they are part of the Pac-12 still. And we lost by 18, so we kept it pretty, close until the end, probably. And I'm down by 11, and then they just outscored us from there. So field goal wise, they outdid us by 5. 3-point percentage is the same. They shot more points and shot more shots and made more shots to get more points. Free throw, we did 65, so on what we've been doing averagely to their 81. They out-rebounded us by 4. They had 6 more blocks to our 3. Steals were the same. Turnovers, we had more turnovers than they did. And personal fouls, we had 1 more than they did. We go to the box score. Ziegler couldn't have the production like he did last game, and so Garcia stepped up and had 23, 8, 13 for Woods, 3 for Winters, 2 for Winters, or 3 for Winters, 2 for Wilson, 4, 2, and 6 for Howard, Miles, and Zeller, and Zamora this time came with nothing. So we will simulate against Albanine, and that will be the last game of the non-conference play. And we won. So overall, within non-conference, we are 3-7. Hopefully, we can turn that around when it comes to conference play. We made more shots. Yet we shot roughly the same, so we just made 7 more shots to get the 50 field goal percentage. 3-point, we made more with 47. Free throw, we still have to work on that because it's 61.9 to their 70. They out-rebounded us by 1. We blocked their shots 2 times more than they did. 4 more steals they got from us to our 4. Turnovers is equal, and we had more personal fouls than they did by 2. Go to the box score, and we had Blake Wilson with more minutes. He had 10 points. Garcia had 24. Ziegler had 9. Woods had 7. Then we had Winters with 13. 6 for Zeller. 2 for Miles. 0 for Howard. And Zamora with 8. And within the next video, we will be going through the conference play and the end of the year kind of awards like we did in the last platform of we'll be doing 2 for the season, 1 for non-conference towards coming back to the year, and then the other one is conference and the end of the year's tournaments, and then staff changes within that, and then that other video will be recruiting. And overall, we're just trying to win a championship. It doesn't matter how long it will take, unless if I get essentially fired. But right now it's kind of on a good roll that we could be on the road of, I get fired and have to go to a different school, and then and if another school offers me a job or whatnot, then we can do that. But I'm trying to get University of Green Bay at least a ticket into the tournament and see how far we can go. If we were to win a championship, that would be great, but I'm just trying to gain overall reputation within the school to give me more of a budget to recruit and get the bigger stars than what we have right now with just Yannick Ziegler. With before, we had a lot that were like 75, 76, 78s, and now we just have Ziegler that's an 87, and the rest of his teammates are 70s overall and below. So it's kind of tough when you have one to 2 man crew trying to win it all for everyone else. So hopefully you appreciate this video and have a good one.